It's London Jen, Battle Rap World. I am here today with, as you probably know if you watch my stuff, one of my favorite battlers, one of my favorite from the new class, one of my favorite to watch in the last year, one of the most exciting, but also one of the most pleasurable battle rappers to work with. It is so easy. He is so professional, so humble. I'm just going to bring him on so we can say hello to Real Sick. What's
What,
up? How you doing?
what's up? Thanks for the good words.
No, I
Appreciate
mean,
that.
how can I not? How can I not? Like I said, you are one of my favorites, and you are just so professional to work with, and just so
Mhm.
humble as well. You are such a
Thank
humble
you.
guy. I
Yeah.
have to say, you thank me for my little platform, and I have to say, I have to
It,
give thanks to you. So,
it's not a little platform because it might, anytime that somebody, let's say they see a battle of mine or something, if they become like a fan or they want to support or anything, they'll what people will do, because I used to do this too, is just look at interviews from the
yeah,
artists that they like. You know what I mean? So this is just you like this interview, even this could be something that somebody watches right after they become like interested in my work or something. You know what I mean? So
true.
like all of this helps. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, yeah, no, it's always a pleasure, always an absolute pleasure. I'm surprised you're not wearing some of your merch. I'm seeing your merch all over my
Yeah.
timeline. I'm loving it.
Thank you. I have the mask with me that
Oh,
that
oh,
I
you've got
wear.
masks as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. The crazy thing is I got recognized because of the mask. Like yesterday. And it was crazy because I'm new. Like I don't look at myself like out there, right? But the person that saw me was like freaking out. Like I went to ring something up at the register and she was like, "Are you real sick?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she started like freaking out. And then she tells like somebody, her other coworker, and then she comes out and I take a picture. Like it was crazy. I was like, "Is this because of URL? Like that's crazy." You know what I mean?
I'm
But
surprised that doesn't happen more often.
I mean, you know what it is? Like I think probably the mask thing is probably making it like different, maybe, if people like watch battle
True.
rap, but people will still, recognize me or whatever. I think, I guess, I don't know. I
Yeah.
won't know the full effect until like,
Until
I
it's
get
mask
those in.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But no, I just got like a new design that
hmm
I'm gonna be dropping very, very soon. And it's gonna come with a music video as well, where I'm gonna be wearing it. Um, and the reason I'm like I should have brought merch with me, like right now for this, but like I've been wearing it at so many like like interviews and things like that. Like I had to put them in the washer, so I don't have any right
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do have the mask. We have t-shirts, hoodies, zip ups, all of that stuff, and then as summer comes, we're gonna have more weather appropriate clothing as well.
Okay,
So yeah.
wow. Okay, so things uh looking bright on that merch side. I love to see it.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody that like copped so far. The support has been ridiculously amazing. You know what I mean? Like just with the little promo that I did do for it, the reception is crazy. You know what I mean? And yeah, I just want to thank everybody that supported so far.
Yeah, I'm personally, I'm not surprised. The merch, the design is great. You've got great colors as well, easy
Thank
to
you.
work into your wardrobe, and
Yeah,
you're someone that people, I imagine, want to support regardless. So
thank you.
you could be selling pencil cases, and and people would buy them, I imagine. So
the
yeah, no.
design the design is actually I mean, along with it being like a symbol for like
hmm
my people, my brother hand drew it. My brother draws, so like
Oh wow.
my little brother just he draws, but he's like in school and he's like working towards a degree, but his passion is drawing. And I
Mm-hmm.
always encourage people to chase their passion. So I told
Mm-hmm.
him to I was like, just can you draw me a logo? And he drew it in like 45 minutes or something, because that's how talented he is with drawing. And then this is also along with like having merch. It's also to prove a point to him, like chase your passion too. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Look
Like,
how people are loving it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I love that. I love that. There's integrity in everything that you do. Love it. You
thank you.
said so the merch is coming out with new music. So you're
Yeah.
working on something. Is that a project? Is that just a track? What's that?
I mean, I'm foreign to the concept of rappers not making music. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like this generation that I'm in, I don't fit in with my generation
mm,
of people that might just battle rap. Like
yeah.
I thought battle rap was just one aspect of the whole picture, right? Like
Hmm.
you're supposed to make music. That's the end goal. That's how I thought of it. Battle rap is just so mind consuming. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like you have to kind of learn to separate it. So since my 2-on-2, I knew that my next battle after that would be a couple months. So I finally had some time to, chill a little bit.
Mm,
So I've been using this time to, like Monday through Thursday, I'll be studio stuff, and then like Friday to Sunday, I'll think if I have a battle coming up, I'll write for that. But it was just good not having a battle
mm,
to work, just knowing, all right, I'm gonna perform at this date, but not having an opponent or anything. So if I thought of anything that could have been used in a battle, I just put it to the side, and then
mm.
just recording and all of that stuff. It's that's I really that's probably the number one passion for me. So yeah, music, songs, project, whatever. I got a lot of stuff. I record all the time, so I'll probably end up putting a project out this year as well, at least the EP.
Mm.
Um, but right now, the way it's looking, I just every time I drop something new with my merch, whether it's a design, whether it's a just any new product or whatever, I want it to drop with a visual. I got some really good advice from DNA when we were at Double Impact, and he was just
Marketing genius.
yeah, and he told me, he was like, just remember, you know, your fan base gets to know you through battles
Mm.
for the most part, and that means they're used to seeing you. So anytime you want to release something, it should come with a visual.
Ah,
It shouldn't just be like a audio clip or something like
sure.
that. Yeah,
Or
try
just a
to try to
post. It shouldn't just be a post with a
yeah,
picture.
yeah, yeah. It should just be a visual thing. So whether it's a music video, you're selling your merch, whatever, try
Mm,
to make it a visual thing because that helps a lot. So that was a good game from a legend. You know what I mean? So
mm.
yeah, that and he also gave me like the background information on like releasing music and like the ins his success with it. You know what I mean? And I'm just starting to realize because I just got my foot in the door about how many different ways of, you know, like how many different things you could branch out into from
Mm.
battle rap, and I'm just trying to take advantage of all those things. But also everybody that supports me, I want to give them, you know, high quality stuff, whether it's merch, music, battles, whatever, you know.
I love that. Um, so talking about the music, what is and this always interests me, this question,
Hmm.
the mental mind space. So you very few battlers that I've ever asked this question to are able to write music at the same time as writing for battles, and they all pretty much say the same thing in different ways.
Uh-huh.
Why can't you do the two at the same, or why don't you do the two at the same time?
Because the mentality you need to have for a battle is not the mentality you need to have for a song. Like like the way that I look at battling, it's like it's the side of me that if you piss me off, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's this side of me that like maturity suppresses, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
like it's like that's what it is. You have to get in a zone of just destroying somebody, right? and and not only that, just the way that you write when you got a battle coming up, since battle rap is such a dense form of writing, you have to have something reaction worthy often, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Whereas music is more of a vibe. It's more of, Joe Budden said music is what feelings sound like. And
Yeah.
since a kid, that's the way I always thought about it. It's what
Mm.
feelings sound like. Whatever the beat, whatever makes you feel, that's what you should match, right? With
Mm.
it. And yeah, so like if I'm in the mentality of having something reaction worthy, whether it's a punchline, metaphor, whatever, super complex, right, aggressive, and then I get a beat where I just need to be coasting on it, you
Yeah.
shouldn't approach them the same way. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And I think when you realize that difference, that's when you know it's just a switch, but it's like at least not the same day. Like I don't know
Yeah.
if I could write a song, and I probably could, but just not at the same time. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so like this song that I'm recording a video for, I'm pretty sure I wrote some battle bars at the end of the day or thought of some,
Mm.
or something like that. But I mean, like sitting down and focusing, like yeah, when it's a battle, you just have to get in a different, because this is another thing, right? When it comes to music, um, you got the beat, you got the hook, along with the verses, and like the flow matters, and there's different things that matter in a song that's going to entertain somebody that's listening to it, versus a battle, it's just your voice and what you're
Yeah.
saying, that's it.
And you're not
And
trying to create a vibe. You're trying to kill.
yeah, you're not, the vibe is set already. Now you have to either surpass it or set your
Mm.
own vibe or whatever, you know what I mean? So
Mm.
yeah, that's the difference. That's the way I see it, at least.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think Tony D described sort of getting in battle mode as like when, you wake up every day and you want minor little things. You wish ill upon your opponent in a minor way. He says like
Yeah.
he wants them, he wishes that they would wake up and step on Lego, or they'd you'd go to make your cereal and you put your cereal in the bowl and there's no milk. That
Yeah.
sort of thing. You just sort of, you are in a constant space where you're sort of wishing ill, or to be in that mind space. You to write for a battle, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can imagine that would be a very different place from when you're sort of.
And for me, it's kind of like when I'm in battle mode, everything becomes a punchline. Like
Mm.
I can see a sign and it'll spark something in my head for a punchline, or like I'll be talking to somebody and they'll say, da da da, yeah, like I have my back against the wall or something, and just those words will stick
Yeah.
out. Like, oh shit, I could do something with that. Like every little thing becomes introduction to creating. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Whereas what a song is more so like you could drive just playing the beat and you can just feel what you want to talk about and then just match that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But making music is kind of easier in that sense when it comes to, writing the
Hmm.
music and stuff. Like it's definitely easier writing than battle rap.
Yeah.
And I think the mistake that, the stereotype that people have about battle rappers not being able to make music, I
Mm.
think that's because that's from the battle rappers that didn't understand that difference. So they would try to have a punchline every 4 bars on a song as
Mm.
well. You know what I mean? And it's like it's that doesn't there few songs call for that. Like the
Yeah.
outro on your album or the intro, or like if you have one of those no hook songs. Like something
Mm.
like that, all right, cool. In a regular song, you might just need one double entendre. That's it,
Mm.
and the whole verse is fire because the flow.
Yeah.
It's more about the flow over a beat. You know what I mean?
Mm. How it
Yeah.
sounds, and the vibe that it gives
So,
off.
yeah, yeah, yeah. How son? That's why that's like a secret in battle rap that people don't know yet. Like how you sonically sound while you're rapping matters too. You know what I mean? So like that's why you'll notice almost everything I say has a flow to it,
Mm.
right? Like that matters a lot. Its flow is underrated in battle rap. It creates momentum. It's like a secret weapon if you know how to do it right.
I
You know what
would
I mean?
agree. Yeah. And
Yeah.
when it's not done right, you might not even know what it is that's wrong, but you just know something's not
Some
right.
things, yeah.
Something's not right.
It's so
It's,
bad when it's done wrong too. It's like
yeah.
jokes. When jokes are done right, they're hilarious. There's
Yeah.
never like a okay joke in battle rap. Like
Mm.
it's either like not funny or it's hilarious.
Or it's a,
And
yeah.
everything that sounds like it's in the middle, those were pity laughs. Like those people aren't
Ooh.
really, you know what I mean? That was just like a chuckle or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
To
yeah,
feel the sound.
yeah. So it's the same thing with flowing and punchlines too. Shit,
Mm.
like yeah, that applies to a lot of things in battle rap.
Mm. You just mentioned Double Impact. So I think the last time we spoke was just before. I think you hadn't battled Mike P yet or had a Double Impact battle.
Mm,
So Mike P, absolutely crazy battle. I
thank
think
you.
it's being called a classic. The two of you
Yeah,
went in there and went to war.
yeah.
And then, you know, shook hands at the end of it, had a great battle.
Right.
Yes, we definitely spoke before that because I remember asking you about Mike P and you
Yeah.
telling me that he pissed you off. And I loved your material. I loved that third
Thank you.
round. I loved the end of it. Your shout out to your people.
Hmm.
I saw sort of that retweeted on my timeline a lot. And
That went everywhere. That transcended battle rap, which is what I
mm,
wanted it to do because the most important thing was getting that message out there to me, and I was gonna do
mm,
it anyway. You know, like the same way when I battled Kid Chaos and all the Black Lives Matter protests were going on, I felt
mhm,
like, especially being in a black culture like hip hop or battle rap, you can't stay silent on issues like that,
right.
right? So when I battled Kid Chaos at the end of my round, my third round,
Mhm.
I had that little section. He ended up having it too, which I think makes the battle so crazy. But
Yeah.
no, like the the gist of hip hop is saying something, right? Like
Mm,
there has to be a message
the
with what.
message.
Yeah, and if you don't know how to do that and you're just writing punchlines all day, I don't think you really understand hip hop like that. Like it's more than just that. So the same way I did that with the Kid Chaos battle, I felt like it was a duty to do that. A lot I'm representing this culture in this genre, right?
Mm,
Battle rap is its own genre now. So like I'm representing a whole Sikh community here because I'm the only one,
yeah.
right? So now when shit is happening to us, I can't stay quiet about that either, you know. So I was gonna do that. And another thing is it's on a platform like Caffeine,
Mm,
and the thing that was really important about that was there was a lot of media suppression going on over there in India,
yeah.
and now I'm live on a big platform.
Mhm.
You can't edit
Can't
this.
censor this.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
censor it. So yeah, that was I was gonna do that anyway. It just happened that just by circumstance he said something about taking my identity away. I was like,
Gave you the alley oop.
you're killing yourself. This is why I was so quiet in the face off because
Mm,
everything he was doing was kind of feeding into some of the angles that I had, you know. And but no, I think that's probably my favorite 3 rounds. It's kind of like a perfect display of what I can do. You know, like the first round is the back-to-back bars, punchlines, double entendres thing. Second round is the crazy angle, like the
mm.
and then the third round spreading the message. You know, it's kind of like everything. I was joking in there a little bit too, like yeah. So
And you made a classic. And like you said, you know,
thank
you
you.
had the opportunity to put out this important message, and
Hmm.
it's not easy to do. Um, it's not easy to it's easy to have a message
Uh huh.
within your round, but it's not
Hmm.
easy to do that whilst attacking your opponent,
Yeah.
whilst it being fire, whilst it translating to everybody and maintaining significance, because
Uh
also
huh.
it can look a little cheap or as though you're sort of trying to ride on the coattails of a movement rather than or
Yeah.
be what's the word, I can't remember the word now, it's too late here, but yeah, you got the balance just right. And because
Yeah.
he sort of gave you the
He kind of made it worse on himself
yeah.
because so I can say this now. After I wrote my second round for him, I was like, how am I gonna? I usually don't write in order, but that's
Mm,
kind of just I had that round, and I was like, I thought it was super crazy because I was flipping the parallel shit on him and turning it into karma. right?
Mm,
Like you did this and your karma was this,
mm,
right? And I found all these similarities, and it's kind of like flipping his whole round of the year. I thought it was ridiculous.
mm,
So after that, and then after I wrote like I said, yo, that part, right? After I said that, I was like, what else can I say to this dude?
mm.
I feel like I just summed up his fucking career and ethered it in this one round. How the fuck am I supposed to follow this? So then I started thinking of like, more character assassination type of angles on him, like how I notice he changes his voice. Like there's a
That was
different,
brilliant.
or not even his voice, the way he pronounces things.
Yeah,
Because your voice changes when you raise it.
yeah.
This is my voice normally.
Motherfucker, motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah. So like right now, if I project my voice, naturally there's just like a growl in
Mm,
my voice if I project it. But I'm pronouncing the words the same way I pronounce them on stage, right?
yeah,
Whereas, yeah, that you'll hear him say motherfucker,
yeah.
and then he'll be like motherfucker. Like I noticed that, I was like, that's horrible, right? And I started, writing all of those just angles about that. And then when he said the identity thing, so I kind of had a skeleton of the third where I had that angle, and then I had the farmers protest awareness
Mm,
thing, right? And it just connected when he said that. When he said the identity thing, I was like, that's the connector.
there
And
you go.
I thought about I'm repping the whole culture. You're trying to get accepted in one. I thought that's the most powerful attack against him to
So
me. You know
powerful.
what I mean? Yeah.
So
So
powerful. And did you close with that as well? Was that like one of the last
um
bars?
yeah, it was. It was like 12, the 12th before the end. Like
Okay.
12 bars after. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Power to you.
Appreciate you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, it works, and it's so important, especially like you say, you're the only representative, and you were given a big opportunity to
Uh
get a
huh.
message out in a situation where messages are not getting out. And for me to
Yeah.
see it sort of in so many places, lots of people retweeting, lots of six well-known personalities,
Yeah.
celebrities.
That was crazy. That's what I was getting to. I ramble a lot. Sorry.
That's it. I
Um.
do too.
Yeah. I like it transcended battle rap because Jinder Mahal from the WWE posted it.
Mm,
And he was like a world heavyweight champion for a couple years. Fucking like these superstars in India, like that have videos with 200 million, 400 million views, like
crazy.
reposted it. Jazzy B, he's like a
Mm,
legend in Indian music, and
mm,
he posted about it. Like it was crazy. Like
mm.
so yeah, but like I said, as incredible as that was, my main intention was just getting more people to find out about it. And then like the messages that were crazy, that were the best to me after that happened was one, the people that had no idea about it,
Yeah.
and they were like, yo, I didn't even know this was going on. Now I know
Mm.
that this is happening. And then the other one was the flip side of people who knew I was going to do that, because on Clubhouse there's this big Punjabi community in Clubhouse and stuff, and I know one of the members of it, and she kind of has so many connections, and me, her, and Nino Bless are on Clubhouse all the time, right? So like, so she knew I was gonna do that in my third, so she informed like this whole all the connections she knew. So like, there was people watching that just because they knew I was gonna do that,
It's
and
powerful.
they don't watch battle rap at all. And the craziest part of that night was after I got off stage. I talked to Mike P for a bit, did the post interview, whatever. I hopped in the Clubhouse room because it
Mm.
was titled like Real Sick Watch Party or something. There was like hundreds of people in there. I click on it, and everybody's like cheering and stuff. There was people crying in there because like
Wow.
how much it touched them
Mm.
when I said that. There was this one guy that told me he has a 10-year-old son that doesn't watch battle rap, but he wants to rap now after he saw me do that. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
things like
inspiring
that.
the babies. That's
Yeah, yeah, that's
amazing.
crazy, right? So like things like that meant the most to me. Like the message getting out there, and the form of representation, because
Mm,
representation is really important
mm,
for like if your whole life the only time you see somebody that looks like you on TV or just how they are in society and it's a certain way, it's never like you feel like that might be the limit, you know what I
yeah.
mean, unless you think outside of the box or whatever.
Mm,
So yeah, I think representation is definitely important. But
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, that's why that's probably my favorite performance, just because of that, and it was probably my most important performance.
Mm,
Along with the message, it was also my first main event. You know, it was the first battle I had that was anticipated and was
mm,
live, right? Because before that, like the only like Chilla was on an app battle on a weekend.
yeah,
B Magic was on an app battle on a weekend. It wasn't like
yeah.
anticipated. Now I'm seeing them promote this All Star weekend, and the only four faces on the flyers: official,
Mm,
Tay Rock, me, and Mike P. I'm
yeah.
like, now I
Super
know
fight. Yeah.
I'm one of the highlights of the whole weekend.
Yeah.
I have to. This is important. You know what I mean? And
Mm,
that's how I looked at it. Um, but yeah, shout out to Mike, man. It was full circle, because when I battled Excel, that's the battle that like got me the URL call and the call to
hmm.
come to premiere. Um, and that battle in the background, you see Mike P, and he came out just to watch that battle. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
now
wow.
it's full circle. You know
I
what I mean?
love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so such a short space of time. I think we talked about this last time as
Uh huh.
well. But yeah, when you just said that as well, I was thinking that's only a couple of years ago. Or well, where are we now?
19.
2021. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we're
that's
19. Yeah.
literally a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Right.
And yeah, your progression. Recently, we did on Verified Source. I think you saw it, a top 10 active
Yeah.
battlers, and your name was one of the the more brought up names in the comments of who must be in this top 10 list. Got no complaints. I don't think there was any argument.
Appreciate it.
Henny was batting
Yeah.
off people left, right, and centre on Twitter, arguing with him about that list. But I did not see not one why is Sick up there. In fact, I think I saw a couple. Why is he not higher? But yeah, no,
Shout
you
out to
you
the
are.
fans, man. Thank you. It
Yeah,
means a lot.
yeah. You had the double impact battle where you teamed up with B Dot, and you were
Uh-huh.
once again had to sort of, you battled Chaos already. Two of you are.
We agreed. We told the league no more battles with us facing each other. We hate facing each other because we're fans of each other. So
Yeah.
now I'm listening to Chaos say bars that he would have told me on the phone if it was any other battle, and
Mm,
I'm enjoying his material. You can't
mm,
get in battle mode if you're friends with your fucking opponent. Like,
yeah.
so we're like, we can't do this anymore. Stop putting us against each other.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, sorry to cut you off.
No, that's all right. So you don't want to go against each other, and you already had a great
Yeah,
battle, and
thank you.
absolutely, you mentioned it already, one of the best battles from the original Ultimate Madness, and it was not in the tournament, but it was in
Yeah,
it was a
that
sort of,
season,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that the two of you put on in spectacular fashion. Do you have any plans to pair up together, 2-on-2 style,
Me and
not against
Chaos.
each other? Yeah, but as a
Oh
duo.
yeah. We would definitely do that. Um, I just yeah. I don't want to ever battle Chaos, man. Like
Mm,
that's my guy. I'm a fan of his. You know what I mean? And that's the other thing. I was connected to both. I started on Arsenal's league. I'm from Jersey. I love Arsenal's like battles. I listen to his
yeah.
music in the gym. You know what I mean? Like I can't listen to Arsenal and like not be a fan. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like I don't. And then same thing with Chaos. You know what I mean?
mm,
And then I'm happy for Chaos at the same time, because you know the culture didn't appreciate what he did against Danny,
mm,
which I thought was crazy, but
mm.
the culture didn't appreciate it, and now he's getting a look like this. I know he's learning new shit because Ars has been here since 2007 or
Yeah.
something, right? And then with me and B Dot, that was super cool too, because we rap pretty similar, you know what I
Mm,
mean? And it was dope to, you know, just we wanted to just write the best, and we got that goal accomplished. I think we got outperformed though. We should
Mm.
have what we did in the third, the whole battle. You know what I mean? Like,
Were you
go ahead.
expecting a slightly different setting though? You were expecting the sort of
Yeah,
standard uh,
because
caffeine,
like
small room, no
not
crowd.
only not I mean it was a small room. The thing is, double impact battles get judged differently than regular
Mm,
battles, right? So it was kind of a miscalculation maybe because I thought since it's since it's a small room, this double impact is going to be different than the
mm,
other double impacts. But the fans watching at home judged it. The criteria is different. It's more about the dunks and the spin moves and the you know what
yeah.
I mean,
The
shit like that.
performance, the entertainment
Yeah,
of it. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that part of it. But like I said, it's not like I'm confused on why people think we lost or whatever. I know what it is. You know what I mean? We
Mm.
focused more on the pen than performing or anything. You know what I mean? I thought our material was crazy. You
It
know what I mean?
was, and it was a great battle. It really was.
It was more so like our goal was just a collaboration. Me and B Dot looked at it like a collaboration, right?
Mm,
We're known for angles. We're known for rapping really well, so that's what we're gonna do.
mm,
Unfortunately, angles don't really work in double impact battles. You know what I mean? You gotta kind of be right there with with
yeah.
with the stuff for a double
Quick fire
impact. But
attacks
yeah, but I
in and
thought I
out.
thought yeah, I thought we our material was incredible. I just think the if I knew that it would have been judged the same way the other double impacts were judged,
Mm,
we would have kind of I think wrote our rounds more like the second half of our third, where we were
yeah.
just back to back,
Yeah.
right? Like we would have done that, you know what I mean? But we were just trying to do look like I told you with the Mike P battle. I like to
Mm,
do different shit each round. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like what we the first round we just fluidly rapped. The second round was an angle. The third round we
mm,
just like apex form of rapping type
mm,
shit. You know what I mean? Like, but like I said, now I know in the future. Next time I have
mm.
a double impact, whether it's me and Chaos or whatever, like
Ooh.
we know we I know how to approach it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
no, I'm sure you will be so much more dangerous. Or say dangerous, yeah. Dangerous in the sense of that having that performance, that extra sort of entertainment factor,
I
the
just didn't.
bells and whistles.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I said. I'm a fan of both of them. You know what I mean? You could you
Yeah.
could you could hear it in the footage when we're done.
Mm,
When I dap up Arsenal, he's like, "I'm proud of you, bro." You hear it
mm,
in there, which is
yeah.
another full circle moment because I started on this league. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Now I'm standing across from him, which
mm,
was crazy. But like, that was the vibe. But I
mm,
don't think they really knew B Dot like that, right? So
yeah.
like watching it back, me and Chaos joke about that. Like he was like, damn, B Dot like he was like, this B Dot hate me or something? And I was like, why? And he was like, cause their interactions in the battle were like very, you know what I mean? Like it seemed like they were trying to kill B Dot. And then
Yeah.
they'd have like a line about me and then they go back to killing B Dot.
Mm,
I was like, yeah, but I think that's all it is, man. It comes with and another thing I learned like I learned to do was or another way I learned to look at battle rap is just it doesn't matter how you feel, it matters how the culture feels. It
mm,
doesn't matter if I think me and B Dot wrote the best on the whole card. That doesn't matter. The culture thinks we lost. That's all we gotta I gotta look at and I gotta be like, all right, now I have to I just to understand the way the people are looking at you. You know what I mean?
mm.
So but yeah, I don't ever want to not know why something happened. And I think I know exactly what happened.
Yeah. And then
So
you can sort of, yeah, work on what you need to so that, you can, if you
it's
want to, if you choose to,
yeah,
you
it's
can.
just a different format. I'm not used to sharing control on a stage. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like that's you have to really be in sync with the person that you're doing that with. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And like my Mike P battle was 3 weeks before that.
Mm,
That's me and Dot wrote that shit in 3 days. Those
damn.
3 rounds, we wrote that in 3 days
3
on
days.
on Google
Wow.
on Google Docs.
I was about to say 3 days while you were together, or 3 days.
No,
So,
on Google
wow.
Docs. We wrote that because only because, and that's another thing I had to like I can memorize stuff like a lot faster. B dot
Mm,
likes to have his shit done like 2 weeks before the battle.
mhm,
You know what I mean? So we kind of had to finish 2 weeks before the battle, and I'm
mm,
used to editing my material and adding shit in and
sure.
things like that, and we ended up just writing it. But again, I think it was great material.
Mhm,
But yeah, I think we could have just performed a little more, like we did in
mhm.
the third. You know what I mean? But
Like you say, you live
yeah,
and you learn, and until
yeah,
until you go through something like that,
hmm,
you can't have all the knowledge of what it takes, and yeah, you have to actually
yeah,
go up there and do it. You have to then learn how to write with a
yeah,
partner, learn how to take on board what they're doing and get across your point. I imagine, yeah,
yeah.
the whole thing was a learning curve, and
And it was dope working with B Dot because B Dot's one of my favorites. You know what I mean?
mm,
And yeah, like we like just knowing his thought process, my thought process. We were
mm,
learning shit from each other. You know, that was a dope ass experience.
yeah.